Hi, I'm Jamie, and I'm going to be reading Katie the Candycane Fairy.
I'm going to tell you if anybody is going to ask you questions. Okay, so right now it's on your knees, so you can turn it around to show them the pictures.
Okay.
I'll let you know who's watching you. Nobody's watching you right now, so you go ahead and start reading. And we'll post this for them to watch later.
Okay. In a gingerbread house on Lantern Lane, decked in red, white, and green, lived a singer, Katie Candycane, Fairyland's Christmas queen. With her fairy sisters, Crystal and Glow, she worked throughout the year to perfect their famous festive show and fill each song with cheer. The secret behind the fairies' fame, the music and sparkle and lights, was extra special candy canes with magical red and white stripes. But then one winter's morning, Glow noticed something weird. Overnight, without warning, the cane stripes had disappeared. The shows were in their planner and rehearsals were nearly through, but with no stripes to create the glamour, what would the fairies do? Crystal said, if we use our brains, how difficult can it be to put on a show without striped canes? Let's give it a try and see. But with no flashes and fizzes or musical magical stuff and a lack of sparkles and whizzes, it just didn't feel good enough. So the fairies jumped on their motor trike and raced to Holly's cane store. I'm totally out of stripes, Holly said, and I know I can't get any more. I've got canes and gold, sparkly stars, or silver hearts and dots. I've got a few in blue and purple too. Look around, I've got lots. But just one thing I have not got, and that's without a doubt, is any kind of cane with stripes. I'm totally, completely sold out. Katie's poor head was in a spin. Her brain was in a tangle. The fairies had to think, to see things from a different angle. So they searched their house for their stripest things, and hats and scarves and socks. They wore them together with stripes in their wings and their stripiest party frock.
Somebody said, she's so sweet. And then Auntie Melissa's watching.
But as hard as they tried, things did not improve. Would nothing bring back their sparkly groove? When the day of Christmas show came around, the fairies had done all they could, but without their canes they feared it was too bound to be boring and not any good. Outside, the audience stood in line. They just couldn't wait to get in. The sisters hugged and said, it's time. Let's take a deep breath and begin. Alone on the stage, the fairies sang, softly at first, then stronger. Slowly they saw the joy they could bring. They didn't need canes any longer. There were no fancy sparkles, music, or lights, just the fairies singing their parts. But there was something special that winter's night, a magic that came from their hearts. As they finished their show, the audience cheered. It had been a wonderful night. The fairies bowed, then stepped outside, and were met by a magical sight. Candy cane stripes hung shining bright like ribbons from every tree. They filled the sky with twinkling lights as far as the eye could see. Katie could barely believe it. Then from behind a Christmas tree, Judy the garland fairy came out. I'm sorry, it's because of me. I wanted the trees to be beautiful and sparkling like your show, so I took your stripes without asking. I've caused such trouble, I know. What you did was wrong, said Katie, but you tried to do a good thing, and tonight we've learned we don't need our canes. True sparkle comes with wisdom.
Somebody says their littles are watching. Thanks for... Some kids are watching you right now.
Thanks for the
little people.
Mm-hmm.
Show me the whole thing.
Okay. Judy joined her friends in one last song, and as it started to gently snow. The fairies gathered and sang along. This was the best Christmas show. Katie's Christmas show was saved by courage, love, and caring. And that night, every fairy felt the joy that comes from the sharing. Yeah.
what did we learn from this book? What's the book about?
I think the moral of the story is you don't need like fancy stuff and all that like to have a great show or do whatever you need to do. Like it comes from the heart and stuff.
Oh, Jamie Davis says Ashton is watching. Thank you. All right, so tell everybody that they can rewatch this for their kids before bed.
You can rewatch this with your kids before bed.
And thanks for the comments.
Yeah, thanks for the comments.
You can't hear me because you have the microphone.
Oh, thanks for the comments.
Merry Christmas to all.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.